Peace, family. This video right here is about colors. And the characteristics hold within whatever the physical object it is carrying them. For examples, we know that vegetables are green, and we know that vegetables bring you certain minerals and elements and properties within them. For example, if you eat a red, let's say you eat a red pepper, red is what? The color of blood. That has to do with, we know that red peppers are hot, as well as the red pepper has to do with being positive towards your circulatory system or your blood. Green peppers have to do with your growth. We know that green is the color of growth. Yellow has to do with your digestive system. So when you eat those colors peppers, each of those peppers deal with those three systems of the body. But we can make that distinguishment if we were living according to nature, just off the color of the food we intake, which part of the body we would actually be helping. But getting on, family, when we look at colors in nature, everything has a distinctive color, such as, once again, since we on color red, everything in nature that's red, the majority, it has to do with something negative, such as blood is red. Why? Because when you're bleeding, it can't be good. The body doesn't naturally supposed to bleed unless you're not a woman, you're not on your period. So outside of that, your only time you see blood is a danger. Somebody cut you, stabbed you, shot you, punched you, tooth is missing. Something negative has happened in order for the color red to be used. Why is this important? The Caucasian understands the science of colors. Even a red light is red. It means stop. If you don't, that means something negative can be awaiting you for disrespecting this color law. So when we want to deal with colors such as, let's say, brown, anything in nature that's normally brown has to do with growth, such as soil, trees, anything of that property. So now when we want to deal with even clear, clear is not a color, whatever. Let's say clear. Things that are clear are physical manifestations of the spirit world, meaning that it's there, but you can't really see it with your physical eye. And it deals directly with the life force via water or oxygen or air. Both of those are clear and deal directly with the spirit world. Everything that's a color has its own physical levels of characteristics that possess it and warn you. Now, why is this important? When you see these colors will already determine the outcome of a situation before that situation spawns. Such as, once again, fire, red and orange. It's bad for you. When you get caught in the fire, nothing good is going to come out of from getting set on fire. So now, why is this important? Because when we deal with the color white, and first of all, before I even go on the color white, let's go textbook. Caucasian textbook. In his dictionary, he has deemed the color black to mean dirty and evil. These are actual definitions in his dictionary. And when you get to the color white, it says pure and holy. But this can't be true according to the universe, because everything that's black in nature is of the Most High. You can't plant seeds in soil unless it's black. Unless it's black, it's not rich soil. The universe is black. The universe manifests all life. So the color black is actually a divine color, which means growth, not death and evil. But when we get to the color white, let's see the properties of the color white. Everything in nature that's white is bad for you. White bread, white sugar. But the main thing I'm going to deal with today is snow. Wintertime. Why? Because even in nature, the pausing of life is signified by the color white. When all vegetation and life stops, guess what the color is of the season that has caused all life and growth to stop? White. Why the fuck snow ain't brown? Why the fuck snow ain't black? Because nature understood. Nature is driven by the Creator. And the Creator warned us through colors what foods to eat and what not to touch. We knew. We were in tune with our chakras, which were the color of the rainbow. We would understand and understand in nature what does what to what parts of the body. The color white ain't none of your fucking chakras white. Why? because it's not a living color. The color white actually rejects light. Black absorbs light. This is why when you wear a black shirt in the summertime, your shirt be hot. And when you wear a white shirt, it don't. The color white actually reflects sunlight. So why is this important? The rays of the sun actually carry information and intelligence. So the sun is created directly from the creator. Whether you believe in God, Allah, Jehovah, whatever, it is an undeniable fact that the sun emits intelligence which is fed through the skin. So black skin and melanin absorbs and digests this information. White pale skins of Caucasians actually reject this information, and this is why they get cancer, because their body is not absorbing the rays of the sun properly. So why is this important? The physical body of the creator actually rejects the intelligence of the sun. They reject the light of God. So not only are their pale white skin unnatural in rejecting, not just not absorbing, but literally rejecting the literal light of the sun and the intelligence the sun has for all things that are supposed to be here naturally, but the color white in nature is signified as something negative. When the winter time comes, it comes in a mass and it settles, and whenever you let a whole bunch of white snow settle, all growth of vegetation stops. Let's see the history of the Caucasian. Every time a mass amount of pale-skinned Caucasoids settle on some rich, green, fertile land, aka Africa, all fucking life has stopped. Everything is enslaved. Whenever more than 2 white men go anywhere on the planet Earth, you can bet there's going to be some raping and some pillaging going on. If you think I'm lying, check the Caucasian history since day one, since he has been here and came out of them Caucasus Mountains. He came out of them Caucasus Mountains, destroyed Egypt. Went from Egypt, destroyed Ethiopia. Went from Ethiopia, tried to go to China. China wasn't going for that shit. Kept going down Africa, destroyed the entire continent of Africa. Got on a boat. The first time they ever left Europe was in 1492. This is why they call it the New World, because they had never, ever seen the rest of the world until then. What did they do? Came over here to North Central South America, enslaved and pillaged everything. Now this motherfucking Caucasian, once again, the color white, just like the snow, has settled all over wherever the grass was green at. It has stopped all life. You see, everything has a law once it takes a certain dimensional shape. Once a soul inhabits a body, the soul, just like water, is formless, but yet that body is subjected to a law. Even the color of that body is very important, because the color of this body, people keep trying to say, oh, melanin is just a skin pigmentation, it's a color. No, it's not. Melanin actually absorbs sound frequency as well as sunlight and gets natural divine intelligence from the creator. The color white does not. So when people keep saying, oh, it's just the color. No, the fuck, our skin is not just the color. The darker you are, actually the more intelligence you absorb directly from God or whatever the source is, from the creator, through your skin. If you're white, you don't absorb no intelligence. So why is this important? The Caucasian race, their total being and existence in a physical shell rejects that which comes directly from God. And they slaughter and pillage everywhere they go. Why? Because they're subjected to the law of being white. Just like snow stops all life. And if you think I'm making this up, like I always tell y'all, go do your research. Go right now and research, does the color white reflect light? And then research melanin and type in, does non-melanated or pale white skinned people skin reject the light of the sun? And then after you get your confirmation of yes, research, does the sunlight actually carry information that is analyzed through the DNA and fed to the body? Just like how plants receive information from sunlight, our bodies receive it. Caucasians reject this information. So getting back on point, why does their bodies reject this information? Because they're subjected to the law of what it is of anything that's white. Anything that is white is signified